Here tonight. Shout the name. Really? I didn't hear it. Shout it again. You've got to be the Queen tonight, darling. Thank you very much. If you want to get your videos or your cameras out, please do so now. Right, expect your old finger. What the hell have I got to do now? So right. But we'll see how things go. It's just off the cuff. Right. Basically, we've got a carriage here that's on its way to London for the night. As you can see, we've got behind to the King and Queen. You're the coachman, you're driving the coach. You're a wheel, you're a wheel. Right hand wheel, left hand wheel. Horses, front, middles. You're the coachman. Obviously you know who you are. We got the lady in waiting. We got two horses back here, another two horses. What have we got the horses behind the coach for? That'll do. We got a left hand wheel and your right hand wheel. When I shout out your name, for instance, if I said the galloping horses, the horses get up, go around the chair and sit back down. So do we do a test run? Galloping horses, you get up, you go around your chair and sit back down. After 3, 1, 2, 3. You don't need to do the action if you don't want to, Mark. No, that's all horses. Yeah, you got that? If I said the front left wheel, yeah, front left wheel. If I said the front right wheel, back left wheel, back right wheel. Lady in waiting, coachman,
I've got it.
King, Queen. Is that everybody? Right, listen to the story. It's pretty quick, so we're going to get going. Once upon a time, there was a carriage. The carriage was being pulled by 6 magnificent horses. Sorry, I can't help it. In the carriage there was a king and a queen and a lady in waiting. The carriage was driven by the loyal coachman. The king... The king trusted his coachman, for he had always brought him back. He'd always brought him back safely. Joe, I got to go here so I can't see me running. Can't you hear, Terry? Oh, God. Anyway, they were off. All of a sudden the carriage shook. The horses were disturbed. And as they fled into the dark forest, the king asked, concerned, to the coachman, "Coachman, dear coachman, what is wrong with the horses? Is it the back wheel? Is it the left wheel? Is it the right front wheel or the back front left wheel?" The coachman replied, "My dear king, something is wrong with the back wheel on the right side. Is the queen all right?" Oh, hello, she's awake. The queen replied, "Yes, my faithful coachman, I'm all right. But my dear coachman, to me it's easy, it did sound as the left and the right and the front wheels were broken. All the horses are all right. It would be silly if they were fled in the..." Don't make me laugh. The coachman said to the queen, "Don't. No, the horses are just a little bit frightened. I will get off and calm them down." The queen said to the coachman, "Oh, my dear coachman, my dear coachman, my dearest coachman, please see that you've not hurt yourself." The coachman replied, my coachman, no, I've not hurt myself. After calming down the horses, I shall see if the carriage is fine." The coachman got off the carriage and calmed down the horses. The 2 horses in front... Sorry. Oh dear. The coachman went round the carriage and he said, "Yes, the right front wheel is okay, the left front wheel is okay, the back left right wheel is okay, and the back left was okay. Coachman, my dear coachman, are the wheels broken?" The coachman replied to the king, "It was not the front wheel, it was not the back wheel, nothing's happening up here at the moment, and also not the back front wheel or the back right wheel." The king said to the coachman, "Coachman, my dear coachman, my dearest coachman. So it means we can ride now safely back to Honimpton?" The coachman said, "Of course, my dear king. We shall be returning home soon. I'm going to push these horses over every stone and every branch so that we can leave this dark forest as soon as possible." The coachman sped the horses, and the carriage rode out of the deep forest into the courtyard of the beehive. Oh, brilliant. The coachman got down off the coach, He helped down the king and his queen and the lady in waiting. The lady in waiting said to the queen, "Queen, have you enjoyed your little trip?" The queen said, "Yes, thank you, lady in waiting. We were driven very nicely by the coachman." The king had heard that and he said, "Yes, it was a very good trip. Thank you very much for all what you did." The king and queen were very happy with their coachman. And the coachman, the king, the queen, the lady in waiting, all the 6 horses, front wheel, back wheel, left wheel, front wheel, lived happily ever after. Give them a round of applause. Sorry guys, that was hard work. I could see what was happening, but I couldn't help but laugh. Thank you very much.